you know, the question you're saying is going back to it. And I feel like while there was a break, I I had little bursts of it, right? A couple when Sai was born and it was about 3 or 4, we did comedy shows, which is not theater, but it's comedy shows, community shows, Bhangra, it had a performative vibe. And so the rehearsal process, doing Shika Land and then the kids show, there were these little bursts of it in between and these lulls, where I spent more time writing. This for me was, like you said, the collaborative nature of working with somebody else. Because if we want to do something, we just go, okay, I've got an idea. One person show, let's do it. 2 person, let's go. Let's just make it happen because nobody's gonna make it happen for us. As soon as we both got out of varsity, I think we both realized that there are not a lot of Indian auditioning roles. And so you have to be able to, here's the idea, run with it, roll with it, go. And then when I met Devesh, it was just like, whoa, okay, it seems like a theater club almost, because we come in and we do so many different things.
Yeah.
And the vibe. But this was, very different. I did Shika Land in May. And it was very weird because I had started Kaleidoscope and Alliance Francaise offered the space to me. And I said, what show have I got? Shika Land, let me do it, get back into it, feel it. And I've been writing Roti Queen after PIP, Playwrights in Progress. Mm-hmm. I was writing it alongside the playwrights we were mentoring. So when we would write a scene, I'd go write a bit of that. Wow. And so I would use that as an example and show like, this is the character part. And I'd plot it out and I'd use that as an example. And I just went, it's time now. I saw King of Old Trafford 10 years ago. We've been talking about it. We know marriage now. I can write this show properly, not like what I think marriage is. Yeah. And so I felt I had to be married for a while to play the character and authentically. And so Shika Land happened. And then when Rajesh approached me to read for Letters of Suresh, he was actually looking for another actress. And I was actively looking, helping him, trying to find. A lot of people call me for casting for some reason. I don't know, it's because I know people. And I'm like, oh yeah, this person, no, I ask. And it just happens. And so I was like, yeah, I'll get you people, cool, no problem. And he sends me the script and he says, okay, just you also read it and let me know what you think and all of these things. And I read it and I fell in love with this play. I was like, I have to be in this play, or I have to be part of it in some way of telling the story, because it's letters from somebody who survived the bomb in Nagasaki, and rebuilt afterwards. And now with the whole world, the way it's happening, and just it's a series of monologues. It's just so beautifully written, and it just blew my mind about like where I am, the message of presence and past and letting go of things in order to heal forward. And the message I teach in my drama classes on a Saturday is I open up with, it's called Kaleidoscope because we're all made up of these millions of pieces. You look through it and it's one moment in time. You are this one moment in time. You can let it go and create another moment, but nobody will ever see it in that same way. And the kids are tiny. They don't get it all, but I explain it to them in different ways as they're looking through this kaleidoscope. Yeah. And I had that feeling when I read this play that it's that message of every man, every human. We're just making choices and it's taking us to places, but we're in charge of those choices. And then I auditioned for it like you won't even believe, Billy. Like I learned the monologue. I like went back to acting class, like, wow. And I've been teaching the kids drama. I haven't actively been, I've been doing my own stuff, but not going back to drama at like working on a role, which, back in the 20-teens, we were doing every month with a new character, just moving fluidly between, okay, what's next, how we're preparing, organically rehearsing running one.
Was ripe, if that's the good word to use.
Yeah. And now we look back and we go, whoa, it was this like, like there's this magic around. But it felt like that working on this audition and like going there. I hadn't for a while gone and auditioned for a part that I really wanted. I mean, you go for auditions and yes, you want it all. You're not going to get it all, but not where you're like, I'm going to lay myself on the stage and this I'm going to blow them. It felt like the Kalushi audition that I went for,
Yeah.
and I wasn't a film actress, but I made the director cry, and I was just like in it to win it. And it felt like that. And Rajesh and I had worked together at radio, and I knew him. It wasn't as scary, but I had put pressure on myself.
Right.
And then when we were like, okay, we're doing this, I was just, I think, excited. And I think we chatted about it as well in our private conversations about how this is like, it's going back to like acting 101 drama
Exactly.
class
Exactly.
first week at UKZN, where they're like, right, we're doing this thing. And that's what it felt like to me, like that restudy, that relearn, that like, who am I now? And I also tell my kids in drama class, whenever you're playing a role, you have to know who you are before you're shifting into that. So ask yourself, learn about yourself at the same time. So that's what it was now. Like you said, older. I'm a mom, I'm older. I'm not, what am I saying? What is the message? All the things I think I missed in my 20s playing a role, which was fantastic to
Yeah.
go like, oh, okay, there's another, and then of course coming out of PIP, where we learned in those 4 months, or relearned that collaborative process theoretically, right? We lived it so often in productions, and I lived it in productions where you have the layer of the writer, and then the director, and then the lighting, and then the sound, and then different audiences come in, and it's these layers that just keep moving every day, that you are a part of, but you don't have any control on the other
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And it comes together like this kaleidoscope, this one picture that's never gonna happen ever again.
Yeah.
And being organically aware of it as it was happening, it was just so exciting. It was so like, refreshing as well, because when you're in it all the time, sometimes it's work. Like I keep telling Sai, it's still work, right? You still like have to wake up and go and warm up for rehearsals and be fit. And
Yeah.
so as much as you love it, it becomes work when you do it so often. But
Yeah.
that first experience is so a breath of fresh air, that you go remember to be grateful that you're part of this, this this energy that is just pulsating. And you have to just live in gratitude, I think. And that's how I approached it. And it spurred me to just now, just, and then of course Roti Queen was happening at the same time. But that's a whole like another like beast because like one
So you
woman.
are rehearsing at
Yes,
the other show, and then you are rehearsing also your own show
exactly. Two shows
at the
at the
same
same
time.
time, really both coming out in the same week. One is a premiere that we were working on. Like Division and I have been talking about the show for 10 years. Since his King of Old Trafford came out, I said there's a woman's side to the story, and I want
Mm,
to tell it because I haven't done a full one woman show story
hang
straight
on,
through.
hang on. So are you saying Roti Queen is not um like part of your repertoire? It's new work. It's
It's
new.
new.
Are
It's
you
new, new,
kidding
new, new,
me?
new, new.
Are you
No,
kidding
no, it's
me?
it in when do I watched King of Old Trafford at the Catalina with I think Division
Oh
and
my
Minesh were doing it.
God! Catalina
And
Theater!
we were not even dating. And I was there like, oh,
Oh my
and that
God.
place.
Catalina. Oh my God, it's such a great theater.
That for me feels like home ground where we got to
Oh
play
my
and
gosh.
experiment. And it was just like, oh, Catalina.
Oh
But
my.
yeah, that and now and then Pip, I wrote it. Remember, I told you I was writing it alongside, and then Devesh as the playwright came in and fixed and shifted, and because I had the stories, but then he's like for me, because I'm writing Ayorama novel, I'm so novelly that to flip over to the on the moment in the theater, even though you just teach it and you know it and you can write scenes,
Yeah.
that whole 60 minute of just flipping your brain from first person narration in a book to now absolutely engaging like drama and
Yeah.
tears and marriage and like it was hard for me. So he came in and like that AI tool that you just go click, and I was just like, you're so amazing.
That's
And then I
good.
doubted it the
That's
entire
good. Yeah.
rehearsal.
That's good. I mean, I envy those who can actually work alone and say, "Oh, I wrote it, I directed it, and I'm performing it." Okay, that's great for you. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
But I also see there's magic when there is a second or third or fourth person in your making, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
We
It's
have
that extra
about
ingredient.
two
Mm.
minutes. So I'm
Okay.
thinking um we pause here
Yeah,
and then
that's perfect.
and
I'll
I
come back with my question because
yes,
this is a perfect
yes,
linking in.
yes.
Okay,
So
yay.
I will give you a quick I'm not shout out. I will let you know on WhatsApp quickly. Let me just
Okay.